Did the Trump administration just win a Supreme Court case that would allow them to end birthright citizenship? No. The Supreme Court did just rule, though, that district judges can no longer enforce universal injunctions. So a district judge can't enforce a universal injunction against a Trump executive order. So here's an example. Trump's executive order says that birthright has to do more with political allegiance than the soil that you're born on, which is not how the 14th Amendment works. It's not how the law of this land has worked since before this was the United States of America. If you're born here, you're ours. That's how it worked, even when we were under English rule. But Trump is accusing women of coming to this country undocumented and having what he called anchor babies here so that they have an American citizen baby and they can, skirt the immigration laws. So when he wrote that executive order, a group of undocumented women went before a district judge and said, Trump is trying to say that my baby isn't going to have birthright citizenship. That district judge said that Trump's executive order was unconstitutional and applied his ruling, which is at the state level, to the entire country. And the Supreme Court is saying that a district judge can no longer do that. The district judge can only decide and rule on the parties in front of them. Now, we've seen district judges issue universal injunctions for things like ensuring people have access to abortion. That is now going to be compromised. So while today's opinion did not fundamentally change the definition of birthright, it did take a lot of power away from district judges and give it to the president. But the definition of birthright citizenship has not changed today, and honestly, it probably won't. Even when they were hearing arguments on this case, it was clear that the Supreme Court said, if you're born on this soil, you are an American citizen. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. For more and better explainers on what happens in the Supreme Court, please follow SCOTUS blog. Katie is a friend. She explains things very simply, and she is a lawyer who does journalism. So she understands this better than most people do. And she does a great job at explaining it to folks. That's how I knew how to do this video, okay? Because of how Katie said the opinion. So credit to SCOTUS blog. Please give them a follow. This is the last opinion for this session, but Katie's going to be explaining the Supreme Court's shadow docket through the summer. You don't want to miss it. This is how we stay in the know and educated without being scared. SCOTUS blog.